Hello everybody, my name is Luigi Pangara. I'm a graphic designer and a photographer, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make some actions and how to automate batch actions in Photoshop. So I'm going to do something a little bit different for this tutorial. At the end I'm going to have some questions and you can follow on, and it's just a way to test on how everyone is learning. Okay, so let's start by first creating an action. I've got some photos here, and the way to create an action is to go to our palette, and we're going to click on this button right here, actions, and it brings up a list of actions. These are some default actions that come shipped with Photoshop, and we want to create a new action, so we go to this button here, which looks similar to the new layer button on the layers palette. And we're going to click it to create a new action. It's going to give us this dialog box, and we can give it a name. So let's do it something simple, resize and save, because this is just going to be a basic action just to demonstrate how this action works, because you can do a lot with actions. You can have them resize images, you can have them put on level adjustments, change the color, add like a watermark and all sorts of things. So since we resaved it, we don't need to shift any of these things, and we go to record. So now we see we've got a little recording icon. It's recording, so anything we do now to this image will be recorded as steps in this action. So what we can do, let's do a basic action. We go to image size, and we're going to change the width to 800, and because I've got all these selected, it's going to conform the height to that value. Press OK, and Photoshop will do its thing. This of course is a high quality image, so this is why it's giving us a progress bar. Okay, so now we go to File, Save As, and it's going to give us the Save As dialog option. Okay, we're going to choose a different folder than the folder that we use to drag these images in. Let's go to raw folder, completely different folder. Now we're going to choose, we're not going to do anything to this file name. What I find out that is we start, changing the file name, it's only going to save, for instance, if we're doing a batch of this particular action, it's going to save over a single image, and it's not going to be fun for us. So we just want to change the folder. In this case, it is a different folder from the folder that these images are stored in, and we're going to keep the file name, we're going to keep a JPEG, and we're going to keep all this, and we're going to click on save. And because it's JPEG, we're going to get this other option. Quality will be medium, which is actually high quality but less compressed, more compressed actually, and press OK, and it should be saved. Now we press the stop on action, and now all the steps that we took will be saved in this action. So if we expand these, we can see for this particular action we've changed the width to 100, and it's scaled and constrained it, and we saved it as a JPEG quality at medium in the raw folder. And if we go to the raw folder, we'll find that it's right here. So I've dragged in 6 images of forests, right? And we're going to use the same action that we just created for all of these. Now how do we do this? Simple. We go to File, Automate, Batch, and it comes up here. Now set is the set of actions. Since we set in the default actions in the set, we've got the action here, and we can select the action we just created by going to here, this drop down menu, and resize and resave. I'm glad I saved it with capitals. So the source will be open files. Of course, you can choose a specific folder and go choose, and you can choose a specific folder. If you saved it within a folder, if you're like organized in that way, you can do this. But for now, we're going to choose open files. Now, there is a limit to this batch. The limit is 100 images. 100 images per action per batch. That is the limit that I discovered when I was testing this out. So the action resize and save source will be open files. Destination equals none. Now, the reason why I did the save as command inside the action is because of this box here. It's really confusing. So, for example, if we were to choose save and close, we get some other options here. Override save action command as files. So we give this pop-up warning box. So it says, when this option is on, files will be saved to the destination folder only by save as steps in that action. So when this option is on, the save as steps within the action we just specified will be followed. If there are no saved as actions within, if there are no saved as steps within that action, nothing will be saved, which leads to us losing work and saying, what the hell has gone on? Nothing's been saved. Right. It also says if there are no save as actions, no files will be saved and can be. So this is just way too confusing, and I know it confuses me too, and it might confuse you, dear viewer. So we're going to set it to none, and it will follow the save as actions that we set out within the action. So we're going to leave that alone. We're just going to set it to resize and save action and the source to be open files. Now we press OK, and we can watch Photoshop do its thing, and you can tell it's resizing it there. See, it changes its shape, it changes its size, and from big to small, there it goes, and it's just going to do its thing, and depending how complicated or how many files you have, it's going to take a long time, so be prepared to make yourself a coffee. Okay, it seems that our batch has worked. It's resized them, but has it saved it? So if we go to the raw folder, the folder that we specified within the steps of the action to save to, what we find is all our images. And you can see by this little pop-up, it saved the dimensions. So, and this is a much easier, much more less hair tearing out way of saving multiple images through actions. I prefer to do it as a step in the actions rather than rely on the dialogue that the batch command gives it to you. So that's it. That is the basics on how to create an action and how to automate a batch action in Adobe Photoshop. I hope you've learned something, and if you have learned something, please share this video with your friends on social media so we can all learn something. If I've missed something or if I made an error, please leave a comment below, and thank you for watching.